So members, Karatha here again. I'm just going to briefly cover the battle drill and talk about some of the mechanics that are in here, and hopefully a little bit more concise video so that you can understand everything that's going on. So in the Discord, I did post a picture, but in here we have these passageways that have a certain amount of battles in them. Defeating these allow you to regain some of the stamina that your characters get, so the faster you complete these stages, the more stamina you're able to get. The benchmarks are faster than 60 seconds for 6 stamina, faster for 40 seconds for 4 stamina, and faster than 20 seconds for 2 stamina. If you don't meet some of those benchmarks, that's okay. It'll just depend on which characters you have and the strength that you have. I think most of our guild is currently stronger than some of these. Right now, most of these enemies are at level 112 essence, and I think the average for our guild is about 130 right now, 120 to 130. So it should be easier, especially as we progress through these. How it'll work is you start off, we have the command center here. Every character that you put in here will gain 24 stamina. So once we unlock level 30 camps, which is going to be after clearing these 3, then we'll be able to add an additional 5 characters through these camp rewards. So another additional thing is that when we clear certain types of camps, we get to choose one of the buffs, and that'll help us to finish the boss off and to progress through this current Shadow Grove Stout Recruit difficulty 1. So there's 3 buffs. In order to unlock the boss, it needs to clear every single one of the nodes that are on this map. So currently there's 11. You have 1 for the passage here, so 1, 2, 3, then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then plus the other 3, so it's 11 total. So once we've done that, then we'll be able to attack the boss. So there's a couple of strategies. In the previous one, we only had 10 heroes. It was 5 initially, and then once we beat the first tower, then it was additional 5. So now that we have 15, that's going to unlock a lot more options. So for the people who have more heroes built up, they're going to be able to help out with some of the passages. So we're going to be able to build likely 2 different boss teams, and so that's something that I'll have to do additional math on. So if we look over here, we have these. I made a couple of tabs for calculating costs, and so it's actually better if you save attacks for the 10th day on a passage, because you gain stamina regen. So on a normal day you're able to get 3 attacks, then you actually gain an extra 4th attack due to the amount of stamina that you've regened over the period of time. So that's really cool that you're able to get a whole nother attack out of it. So if you're unable to do that, then it's just better to use your attacks within these amounts of time, because then the amount of stamina that you're spending is actually less. And so you could also, I did a little quick sheet over here, so it's better to wait 2 days and then attack if you're at 40 seconds on the 2nd day, or to wait 3 days and attack if you're able to beat the 60 benchmark with all of your heroes. But now that there are 15 characters, that is going to change up some of the strategy that we're going to be using in order to calculate what is an optimal route that we could do. So in here I did a little breakdown. Basically we will have 5 people for each different path, that each of those 5 people will be assigned to a tower, and so we'll have a certain amount of attacks. It's 72 currently. Once we defeat the 3rd tower, then we'll be able to gain an additional half of that. So when we're talking about, so these are the towers, and then the passages are in between. But once we're doing these towers, the goal is for the people who are on the towers to clear at least 20 to 25% of the guard's HP in a single attack. And once you're able to do that, that'll mean that it's only 4 to 5 attacks. If it's at 20 to 25, less, that's better. That way we'll be able to progress through these a little bit more easily. The hardest part is most likely going to be the Bloom Mother, just because you need characters with enough energy, because it is 24 stamina required for these bosses and these towers nodes, so it's a little bit more difficult, while for these passages it's just 12 stamina for them. So you're able to progress through it a little bit more quickly. So there are a couple of things that you could do. So I'm just going to slot in a couple of characters here, just so I have a couple of boss fighting characters, a couple of other like non-damaging characters, and then okay, we'll just deploy these guys for now. So once I have them, I could switch the hero, and then if I haven't used any of their stamina in this current like basically if I haven't used the hero at all in the day, I'm able to swap that hero for any other hero and the stamina will still be the same. But there is an additional trick you could do. So if you're on the passages, you generally want to have more AoE type heroes. So let me see if I have any more. So we could do like Parissa, we could do like Arden, we could do like Tamesia, maybe even like Vala or something, maybe even like a Muriel or something. So I could deploy these guys. Once I'm done with my passage attacks, I no longer have energy on them. If you're doing it completely optimal, so you should have 0 energy by the end. So say I'm at a tower or I'm at a boss and I want to swap over to more boss characters. So I could go through here and I could swap them. So even if they're already at 0, I could swap them to another character for 0. So this way I could swap my AoE characters for more single target damage dealers, or I could do more debuffers that are more useful on bosses, such as a Kruger and Thorin, even like a Leica. Or like a Rainier, who Rainier is a little bit interesting because he removes heroes from the battlefield and time keeps ticking. So while normally he's really good in a lot of stages, he's not particularly good in passage stages where you're trying to beat a certain amount of time. So that's just a quick little overview here. That's mostly what you're going to need to know. There's a couple of other things here, such as the guild loot, and then in here you'll be able to open up the chests of valor, which have 2 different types of chests. I think overall this is going to be better in the long run, but if you are a spender on your first week, maybe that's better. And then for the reputation treasure, this is another thing that we need to add into the calculations. So for every type of battle that you complete, so participate in one battle, or in a battle for 1 day will get you this. And then consume stamina, consume battle, win passage wall, but each of these have different tiers, but you can't check what the amount of tiers is. So once I participate in a battle for 1 day, then it'll be 2 days, and then it's a different set of rewards. But these mostly just give gold. But as you increase your reputation, you gain these treasure rewards, as well as just like different types of rewards. So currently it's up to level 4 reputation, and I believe the max is level 5. So it's fairly easy to do that. It's only 1,000 points per level, and so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different quests. So if you complete 4 of them a day, and the entire I guess this battle drill is done in 4 days, then you'll be able to get this maxed out. And if you do it, so it's 4 times 4, that's 16, so 6, 12, so you do 2.5 of these in whatever 2.5 days. So you complete all of them in 2.5 days. That's the absolute earliest you'd be able to max it out, if you're just doing 1 of them at a time, which if you do like Passage Bowl, I remember I did like 11 battles in a row, and I was able to easily complete like 4 or 5 of these in a single mode, and so I was maxed out and I hadn't even done the rest of these. So it is fairly easy to max out, but this will be the final calculation for our guild. So I'll go ahead and end the video there.